So our first major issue is that it takes time out of the day. So for instance, this week we're having 35-minute periods on 2 days of this week, and frankly that's not enough time. Also, the test cancels after school, before school activities, so it messes up the entire schedule. Furthermore, the state spent $36 million on this test, and that's enough to fund or to buy about 5,000 textbooks, over 5,000 textbooks, and to hire 500 teachers. So since we feel that this money could be better allocated to going to departments such as choir or sports or improving the infrastructure of the schools, we think that it's really a waste to be paying all this money to take this test. I think they would like to standardize the way that they teach science and social studies so that everyone gets a sort of similar education. But frankly, there are too many different policies. I know that Fairview doesn't have economics as a required course, and yet the subject of economics is on the test. Same with sciences. There isn't a consistent science class that everyone has to take, and yet all the science is on the test. So it's really designed, in my opinion, probably to standardize sort of the education, which is something that isn't necessarily a good thing. No, I don't think it's fair at all to pass judgment on teachers. I think especially since there isn't a standardization of the science courses and we aren't required to take economics, and for a lot of the test subject material, we haven't learned it in several years, if not in middle school. So it's not at all fair to be judging these teachers on our results of the test. I think that with regular tests that we take in class, there isn't that much time spent on it. There's enough to go over the material and make sure that everyone understands what they did wrong so that they can learn and improve. With standardized tests, though, that's not the case. There is a lot of time spent on these tests. I know the administrators worked very hard preparing these tests for us to take, and frankly that time could be better allocated teaching us the material rather than preparing for these tests. I'd say that they can definitely look at all the effort that we've put into this and see that we're not doing this just to get out of class. I know that I've worked extensively, and I know that there's a huge team that's been working very hard on preparing these protests. And also we've got a really compassionate, caring, dedicated group of kids out here today. So I think to anyone who says that we're just slackers, they should look at what we're doing out here today and really see that we aren't slacking.